Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Irfan Haziq and I'm from Triple E Year 4. I went to Koç University in Istanbul, Turkey, and the reason why I chose that program was not really because of the school itself but more of the city and the country. I've always thought that Istanbul was a very exotic place and I was very fascinated to experience what would it be like to be in a Muslim dominated place but at the same time a very foreign land, and I was excited to learn the deep histories about the city. I feel that in terms of pre-exchange preparations for winter Prelude programs is actually very hassle-free because firstly, visa is not needed for Turkey below 90 days and the program is only 2 weeks long. Secondly, I didn't have to settle accommodations by myself because the GEM itself would arrange accommodation together with the school program. So in terms of transportation between the school and accommodation is also settled. In terms of insurance, we also got our insurance from the school itself, so about $50 for the travel insurance. And I think what's left is really just your own preparation in terms of the plans you are going to make after school and just your packing, and then you're good to go. The main challenge I felt was the language and cultural differences. I had to quickly learn the infrastructure there, and the customs and language were very foreign to me, and I had difficulty trying to get around at first and just get information at first. So firstly, it was difficult to speak to the locals, as I soon learned that a lot of them actually don't know English. So for someone who did not learn Turkish at all when I was preparing to go to the exchange, it was very difficult. A lot of services that we went to, such as the bus, metro or laundry services, we had to try our best to talk to them in whatever hand gestures or Turkish words that we learned. So with respect to getting around and getting information, we had to try to look at the local apps there because sometimes Google Maps might not be so accurate in that city in terms of maps and private hire services. We tried to look for the local app and try to ask around our friends who were on semester exchange there to see how to get around and just get more information. And lastly, in terms of the customs itself, I believe that we have to try our best to quickly learn the customs there so as to be a respectful tourist. So for example, in the mosque, the ablution area is actually very far away and it's not within the mosque compound itself, and there's proper places to put your shoes instead of being here in Singapore where we just leave it outside, but there's specific shelves to put your shoes. I really managed to deepen my understanding about the cultural norms of the Turkish people and also their religious practices there. I did not travel so much out of Turkey and Istanbul because I went with my family, and while my friends went to many cities, for myself I only went to Cappadocia with my family. It was enjoyable enough. We didn't have to rush anything, so we spent quite enough time in both Istanbul and Cappadocia. Traveling while on the winter Prelude program itself, it's a 2-week program, so there's lessons every day for 10 days in total over the 2 weeks. So the best I could do about traveling is just within the city itself. So whatever traveling that is really far off from the city maybe could be done after the winter Prelude program. The modules are not so heavy in the assessment, so you can actually afford to spend the morning to afternoon in class, and then after that travel out of the school area and to the city center and not worry about academics so much. In total, I spent around 5,000 something for school, tuition fees and accommodation is a lump sum of around 2.9k. the flight to and from Turkey back to Singapore, it's about 1.2, and the rest of the money used for the daily expenses can be 1,000, around there. Strictly speaking about the exchange period itself, it's about 5,000, and it sounds like a lot, but I think you can get a lot of funding from different sources. So for example, I had support from GEM and Mendaki. So Mendaki managed to support me with about $500, and GEM together with YTP, in total they supported me about $900. So in total you have about 1.4 of grants given to you. If you have enough in your PSEA, you can actually reimburse the money from your PSEA after the trip. So my advice would be that if you can afford the time, you should really capitalize on it, because I feel that it is very balanced in every aspect, where you learn the very rich history about Istanbul and Turkey. The next advice would be to just keep all the invoices as you go along. So in terms of the flight or the accommodation and the tuition fees and insurance, so try to keep all the invoices in a proper document, because you will need it later once you reimburse from PSEA. That's all. Hope you guys have a memorable time in NTU and grab at any opportunity that you can.